Hello everyone, now let us start your new chapter, Heredity and Evolution. See, this chapter is very typical, little bit lengthy. You have to understand it very carefully because the language used in your textbook is also slightly higher level. Some terms, biological terms are also there that you have to first understand it, and after that if you read it properly, then you can get it. Okay, so lesson is divided into two parts, that is heredity one part and another part is evolution. We start with heredity. The first question may be arise in your mind that heredity is what? Heredity is what? It is the transmission of characters, means passing out of characters from parents to the offsprings in generation to generation, right? Transmission of characters from parent to offsprings from generation to generation, that is called heredity. Means in your body, the characteristic of your body is designed by your parents. Okay, it comes from your parents, from the genes, from the DNA. That is the essence of heredity. Okay, so first we start that. What do you mean by heredity? Heredity is the transmission of characters from parent to offsprings from generation to generation. The characteristic may be physical characteristic and biochemical characteristics. Okay, these are the main two characters. Many other characteristics are also there, but here we discuss about only physical characteristic and biochemical or metabolic characteristics of parents to the offspring and how they come, in which manner, which law is applied while characteristic enter in the offsprings. Okay, now after that, here in your textbook, once very interesting example and very simple example is given so that one can understand very easily. You have learnt about reproduction in this previous chapter, 8 number chapter. In reproduction, we have learned that two types of reproductions are there: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, it is about only prokaryotes and unicellular animals, whereas sexual reproduction including what? Eukaryotes and multicellular animals. Now, asexual reproduction. In this asexual reproduction, heredity is there, but variation is not there. Now the question arises, what is called variation? Here, characteristic passing out from parent to offspring. This is, here we said about one generation to generation, from one generation to second, second to third, third to fourth, fourth to five, and maybe the history of the human being is so long, right? We said that around about 20 to 25 lakhs years ago, human being was generated in Africa, right? And after that, this is, I said about only human being, not about our ancestors. Okay, not about the ape man. I said about only human being. Human being means Homo sapiens, right? Our ancestors like ape man, gorilla, Neanderthal man, Cro-Magnon man, Java man, they are the different. Okay, now the first human being was step out round about 20 lakhs years ago from the Africa. This is the history. So the question is here that from that day to today, many generations going on, not only one line but in a several line, that is called web of generation. Not a chain but a web of generation, right? According to this web of generation, many changes occur in particular human body. These changes depends on heredity. These changes depend on environmental adaptation, okay, and many other reasons affect on it, okay, that we will discuss in this lesson. Now, this changes is called variation, okay. So variation does not occur only in one generation. Variation occurs, it takes many generation, means it takes a long period of time, okay. And if it imprints on the DNA, then and then we say that variation occur. If it does not imprint on the DNA, it does not reflect on the DNA, if DNA is not changed according to these changes, then it is not called variation. Variation occur only when there is a change in DNA, change in gametes, change in genes. Is it clear? So we said that in asexual reproduction, variation is not there, whereas in sexual reproduction, variation is there. Plenty of variations are there in sexual reproduction. As for example, illustration given in your textbook about a bacteria. Bacteria, it's asexual, it perform asexual reproduction. Figure number, here is your textbook, figure number 9.1 and page number 142. Take out your textbook, page number 142, figure number 9.1, try to study it. Suppose one bacteria, here it is given like this. One bacteria, right? When it splits, means reproduction occur, then it splits into two bacteria. Here, the two bacteria, whatever form, it has maybe some slight changes there. Here the change occur like this. Okay, so changes is what? Maybe here the head is different, and maybe here the base is different. The slight change is there. This is called variation. Here I show from one generation to another generation, but this is only the example, so think that it takes place after many generations. Okay, this is the small example, so on the board I cannot explain the lakhs of generation. Okay, so suppose the changes occur. Now the reproduction starts. Reproduction starts in this, it gives split again and divided into two parts. Here this bacteria also splits again and divided into two parts. Then maybe what happened? Two bacteria here occur, two bacteria here form. Okay, suppose their heads are like this, blue colored, okay, but it has the base like black. Here the base is same as blue color, but changes takes place in the head. One red color head gives you two red color head. One black color base gives you two black color base. Here it occurs what? Maybe sometimes the variation is more than their arms, means four limbs are also of red color. Okay, and maybe here it forms a black color. So this type of variation you can see this type of variation. Maybe changes takes place like this. So this is the asexual reproduction, and in asexual reproduction mostly we say that generation to generation variation occur, but not only in one generation, but it occurs in many generation. It will take place after many generation. So in your textbook it is also given that if sexual reproduction is involved, then the greater diversity that you can see in sexual reproduction. This is asexual reproduction, so diversity means variation is not too much more. Asexual reproduction of bacteria. Here I said that the head and I said the base, I said four limbs. Actually all these things are not happen in bacteria. It is not found in bacteria. Bacteria is a microorganism that you know, but for your explanation and conveniency that you can grab it very easily, we said that if one bacteria after asexual reproduction it splits into two bacteria, maybe changes takes place. Now this changes takes place how? The question arises that sir, you said that the head is red or base is black, then how this color variation or any other variation takes place? Okay, what is the change in the genes so that this type of variation takes place? That we will discuss. Okay, we will discuss in our next topic. So this is about heredity. This is the essence of heredity. Okay, and afterwards we will start the new topic, heredity. Okay, heredity, they are inherited traits, etc.